Not that I have.
We're going to get back to the motor here. We made some thinking what we're going to do. We're going to do it. Okay, so we're going to work on this manifold first. So you beat on this a little bit, got it squared up?
All beat up.
Okay, so now we're going to fix it correctly this time?
Yep. We do it better. More better.
I can feel it's nice and round there. Kind of. That doesn't work. Big enough. Almost. Big hammer will work. There, I found one.
Just right.
Chevy. Okay, where's the boom, boom, boom? Now how you gonna hold this? Boom. There's a big hole in that. See, somebody's over torqued that screw. What do you feel? That hole over there? Yeah, but I'm over here. See this bolt?
Yeah, you're right there.
Don't want to come out. Somebody's collapsed that a little bit. Where's the O-ring at? Nope, it's in there. Okay, let's go work on this. Hello. 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 Working away. Give me that metal. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. For an electric shifter? Holy shit, that's expensive. You broke up, didn't you say? Yeah, they got an ignition kill that kills the ignition a little bit to let it shift. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm not a Pingo dealer, so I don't know where you can buy it except for Pingo. I don't think anybody sells that stuff separate. The only company I think they might even sell that be zippers, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't know. And I'm not a Pingo dealer direct, so I don't deal with them direct. What's the is there any savings from retail over what's on the eBay price, or are they not the same? Yeah, so just go buy it on eBay then. Yeah, I understand. There's nothing I can do that's going to be any better. So I don't have any way of, like I said, unless Zipper sells it or somebody like that, which they might, I don't know. But you're already getting that discount in there because you're, what, $100 off already? Yes, that's about all you're going to get anyway, so there's not much you can do on that. So yeah, just go for it. Okay, bye. Attacking me. My hammer is too big, but see, this is nice and smooth, and the other one's all really rough.
Right.
We want smooth. So. Okay, now see the flat spots right here, see?
Yep.
Now if you look at how it's on top of here from the other side, you can see how it sticks up. See, this is high on both sides, low in the middle here. So I'm just going to work it down a little bit, but make sure you hold this thing square. Like that. And see how I mix it rounder? You run your hand across it, and if it feels like it's even all the way around, you're good. That took out 90% of it at least. See, it's pretty round now. This one here is a big flat spot. You can feel it and see it right here. If you don't hit it very hard, you don't do any damage to the flange or spigot. Nice and smooth again. And now see it's round. Looks like there's still a little something in here though. Now if you hold it like that or like that, it'll change the shape also. So you gotta try to keep it square and flat. If it looks pretty round, it probably is. This one over here needs a little work. Put it down in here definitely. Looks pretty good. Gonna pass?
Pass.
Not fail no more? Alright, what's next? That was the easy part. Grab your phone, grab your thing. Okay, we're back over here. So the question was, is this reusable or do you throw it away and put a new one on it? So as long as the O-ring is soft and pliable, so you push it on with your thumb, it's not hard, and you can feel it sticking above the surface, then it's good. And you also make sure there's no cracks or stuff like that. Any big flat spots. See over here it's a little bit thinner, but it's still round. Feel it?
Mm-hmm.
And you also got another one on the carburetor for the other half. That's the same thing. You look at it, make sure it's smooth and above the surface. And then you can press on it, you feel it soft and malleable. So these are both fairly new rings, it feels like. When they get too old, they get a big flat spot across the top, and they start getting little hairline cracks all around them.
Got it.
So we're good to go. Now we don't want to put this together right now because I want the manifold to put the motor together. Check fitment. So where's the 2 bolts that went on this? Oh, I didn't do the dumbass. Didn't fix the manifold. Why didn't you fix the manifold while you're over there?
Yeah.
Remember that? See how that doesn't go through? See, it's loose on this side and not on that other side.
Oh yeah.
Somebody over torqued it. Who would do that? Okay, so you go grab a reamer. That looks like about a good one to use. See, this one's 3/8 here, see? This one's 30 thou over. See, it doesn't go in. This is 64th of a thou over, 64th of an inch, which is about 15 thou, 16 thou, I think. Okay, where's my chuck? Oh, my chuck's over here right now. My hand chuck. Dropped my camera? Jeez. Coming out. Bastard got me. Look at that reamer did to me. It marked me. It's a good thing I got thick skin. See, that side was okay. Now this side is okay. See See, now that goes in there like it's supposed to, see?
Perfect.
Okay, so now that's fixed. Now this here you're not using, looks like. So these here you want to make sure they're still semi-soft. There's no crack along the edge or across the top. So this one looks and feels okay. You can also take some JB weld and go in here and pack that thing closed. You want to make sure it never blows.
Gotcha.
Or you can go up in here, which is even better than JB weld, which can fall down.
Plug it.
You take this off, you solder the top of it closed,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can put that back on or leave it off, doesn't matter. But you solder it so that the hole does not go all the way through. And if you need it open later on, solder is soft, so you just put down with a little drill like we just did there. And it'll go back in and open it back up again. So it's an easy return back to normal use again.
That's a great idea.
Because these things crack, break, and then they start leaking. You don't know it. Well, you know it because the bike ain't running with the crap. It's one of those things you don't know what it is, but it's, oh, there it is. Same deals. Okay, so that's how you do that one. This I want. This goes back in there. That goes elsewhere. Throw it up front. Okay, now we're back. Back to our motor here. Wipe everything down one more time. Got dirty overnight. Yeah, it still hurts where I nailed it. Okay, let's see. Clearances. He's going to run the piss out of this thing, but not as bad as we were going to run the piss out of it. So we're going to go ahead and do a little loosening up of parts here. So we're going to take put one of these two back in here and loosen up the main bearing on the other side, and then I'm going to check to see how round this is, and either go to the next size down on the bearing or hone it bigger, a couple tenths. So this one we had in there before, it was a little loose but felt good. This one here was in between what I have in here now and this one. So I have to determine which one of these two we're going to put in. Kind of a toss-up. So usually if I don't know which one to do, if I think you're going to race it more, I put the big one in there. If I just think you just want a little bit more clearance, we put this one in there. And the difference is this 3/4 of a thou difference, or half a thou difference. This one's in between, so it's only a couple tenths. So we're not talking major changes, but I think I'll put the big one in it. What the hell? Then we're going to check the main bearing out too. Alright, you got to watch the video, see what I said. It's top secret. Need to know only. Keep these spread out and they won't be a problem. If you go like that, it's out of your way and my way too. Alright, will this come off? Oh, it does. Okay, how round was this one?
I don't recall.
You don't know?
I know that it's more round if you don't put it in the little oiler holes.
Oh, is that the secret?
I don't know if it's a secret, but it is something I discovered.
Okay, it is not round. It is tapered too a little bit. But not much. Pretty close. See, about 18.5 right there. 18, so it's 17 the other way. So we're about 1.5 tenths out of round. That's pretty round, pretty bad, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, I don't remember what size roller we put in here. It still hurts where I banged it. I think there's a tendon right there. Let me know I ain't happy. Okay, if we make the bearing smaller, it'll drop 4 tenths off our number. If I hone it, we'll go a couple, we'll open up a couple of times. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do. Definitely feels tight for how you're going to drive it. I know you're still going to rev the piss out of it. I guess we'll see what these are going to be. What do we got? What do we got? These are big. 4s. Yep. I don't think we had any 2s. Is there another bearing kit laying out here? There it is. That's standard. Yeah, I think we're out of 2s. Lack of inventory. That I can't buy them no more. Maybe that's what it is, lack of inventory. That's usually what causes lack of inventory around here. Can't buy it no more. Yeah, that's actually a tenth or so under. So we need like a 4/10. You got a 4/10? That made it simple. We're honing it. So we have to hone it because we have no bearings. The ones I got I think are bigger than these ones. See, that was quicker than yesterday's practice. Alright, where's the press at? Press is waiting for me to do this. We're losing oil. Ate my Wheaties this morning. Alright. This one was just under 7, I think. Or right at 7. Yep. Three-quarter of a thou. This one's barely a quarter. So we're going to go with the big one that we had in there last time. The one that somebody didn't like. I don't know who that was. Poking my fingers today. Got me. Guillotined it. All right. We didn't check what I was hitting in there, did we? I still don't like how that hits. I think there's a high spot. What do you think?
Sounds like it.
See a mark on the flywheel though. That's right there. That's the mark right there. See right here?
Mm-hmm.
Missed it. So what is hitting? Get in my way. Yeah. You. See that right there?
Mm-hmm.
See no drag? No drag.
Can it be pinched in too much? Like balanced but pinched in? And then it would be out of...
Yeah, but there's also burrs right there. And they're just that close to the crank. So those are definitely sticking up in the air, those spots. See now when it goes across, see it doesn't hit it like it was. You wouldn't think it'd be that much, but it is. Now here we got, see a sealer right here?
Mm-hmm.
Usually these little bang marks aren't enough to bother you, but for some reason these flywheels are really, really close to the case. Those marks are only sticking up about 15 or 20 thousandths, but you can see how it was hitting. Now, what we see inside of here is what matters here. So you can see where it's dragging right here, see? That's just how close it is.
Let's see that.
See, they bored the case. See, it's all undercut through here. It's got a draft angle, real heavy draft angle. See the gap on the scale? See how much that moves over? So for whatever reason, this is not cut deep enough to keep it from dragging like that. Just too close. Everything else looks okay, so maybe this is not concentric to where the bearing is. It's up
That's
here
what I was just thinking, yeah.
or something. It's really close. It wasn't dragging before. This is all new. But like I said, we don't have it's not supported right now either, so it's a little bit lower. But the thing is, if the crank shifts just a little bit, it'll start whapping the side of the case, and it'll break case away when they do that.
That would be less than good.
I haven't seen one that's been this far out of whack like this. That's how it's machined. That's a lot of core shift going on. So I don't know why it's made that way. So get back up here. Wheelie and everything. So see how much clearance we actually have on the case. Looks like you got a lot in there. Feels like you only got about maybe 70 or 80 thou with actual clearance. So it's pretty tight. So when the crank is with all the weight hanging off it, it bends down slightly, not just enough it was hitting on the bottom down here. Hopefully now we won't have that issue. Okay, the washer's in there, isn't it? Yes. Sit by here for a second. Every once in a while I clean my stuff up like that.
Cleanliness is godliness.
There's a lot of oil residue over here. It's all slimy and dirt sticking to it. Every pixel on my bench is being filthy, but you can eat off these damn things. At least I can. Because I'll eat off the floor, I don't give a shit. Doesn't bother me. Nothing wrong with a few good germs. Keeps you healthy. That's where they belong again. So how many times is this now?
3?
No, 3
2?
today.
I don't know, man.
It's 2 today. I think we're up to about 6, 5 or 6 now. We've done this. I think this is 6. Okay, so now, see that clearance right there? That takes up almost all the gap that we had in the case.
Right.
Now when you leave the tension off it like that, it might be able to relax a little bit, which gives you more clearance, which makes it looser again. Feels about the same though. I'll be surprised this time it doesn't hit. Just by that little bit I took off. You hear it rubbing, but it's not digging in like it was because those sharp marks when I came around, they would dig in. So that's how close it is. It's close. See, the crank will move a little bit. See that movement?
Right.
If you tighten it up a little bit there, it wouldn't quite move as much, but it would still move. And that's because we got it loosened up for hot rod use. If you had it tighter, it wouldn't drop down quite so far.
Gotcha.
But that's okay. We want it to be a little bit loose because somebody is going to accidentally turn the throttle on one day. I'm not sure who would do that, but somebody would, I'm sure.
It might meet some higher limits.
Yeah, there might be a Cushman you want to beat, so you have to go a little faster that day.
You know what? I'm not worried about the Cushman. I'm more worried about the Whizzer.
The Wizard, yeah, those are faster.
Yeah.
And the Mustangs are the fastest.
Oh, wow.
People are going to have to go back and figure out what the hell all those things are. But Google. We'll tell you. All right. What's in common about all of those?
They're all faster than a Harley topper?
They're all flathead. At least originally they were, not anymore, but one day. Okay. Loosen this thing up. You get caught in that hole you were talking about. Looks like we're 19 to 2.5 now. 20 now. Okay, so we opened up about 3/10. I think we have a little, just a tick rounder. Still not perfect.
Rounder's more better.
Yeah. I just took out a little bit more, a couple tenths more. I took out 2 to 3, depending on what you're measuring. I think the tightest spot we have is like 16.5, 16 maybe. Now we're up to about 19. There's our loose spot, so we'll pick up just a little bit. Okay, we'll clean this, be back, and we'll see how loose it is.
The moment of truth.
Oh, geez, who did that? Oh, that wasn't the truth? Oh, damn it. That didn't last long. Okay, that's just a tick to under 2. Yeah, it's just over 18 and a half, or 18 I mean. And that's at 19. Yeah, falling behind you there. So we're still 1/10.5 out. Hello? Not yet. Probably work on it tomorrow.